Hello and welcome to the VC. I'm Vampire Toy, one of your hosts.
And I'm chill.
And we got quite a lot to talk about today. We've been pushing this episode back because there's just been so many things that keep coming out that now we can't push it back anymore. It has to come out. So
Yeah, we were slacking a little bit. I'm sorry, guys.
it wasn't so much slacking as much as it was, like I said, like a lot of stuff coming out. But we have a lot of news for you, so very, very excited to get started on this very special 10th episode. Very excited to have you here after 10 episodes. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks, everyone. Wow.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Chill. I can't believe it's been 10 episodes.
I know. And hey, viewers or listeners, I got a new mic. Wow.
Wow.
Real voice reveal.
Much better. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some news. We got a lot going on.
Oh, we got so much. We got too much.
To start with, let's talk about Subnautica 2. That's the game that everyone's been kind of keeping an eye on for the last couple years. And
especially lately with all the drama.
Yeah, there's been some drama between the devs of the project and the main company who owns Subnautica.
Charlie Cleveland, I believe.
I believe so. But essentially, for anyone who isn't up to date with the Subnautica 2 drama, if you're not familiar, Subnautica is a very popular single-player game where you crash land on an alien planet that is 80 to 90% water, and most life forms are aquatic. And so you're basically trying to survive on an alien planet that is mostly water. It's all underwater kind of stuff. It's really cool. I really like it. It's very
you
survival.
Make, like, underwater bases.
Yeah, you scan things. You're making things out of your environment's materials. It's very, very fun. I loved it. Playing it, I actually have a whole YouTube series based on it. It was really fun to play. So if you haven't checked it out, I'd really recommend Subnautica. But with how popular Subnautica was, the fan base, the gamers, they want a sequel because it's so good.
Craved it.
And so they are working on a sequel, Subnautica 2, and the plans are to make it multiplayer. It's going to be bigger. There's going to be more things to work with, more creatures to scan. I even saw like a little video of these creatures. They kind of look like penguins, like some weird looking penguin type creature, like walking on the land. So it looks like they have a lot of really cool new things that they're planning to put into Subnautica 2. Personally, I think I'm most excited for the co-op multiplayer feature because that game just screams like it could be multiplayer, you know? So I'm excited for that. Unfortunately,
it's perfect for it though. Like it's exploration, it's base building, it's made to be multiplayer.
Yes. But unfortunately, there's been some fallout.
Well, basically, the executives, I think it's Crafton, the publisher, came in and said that they were not meeting the deadlines that they should be meeting, like the milestones and these basically these goals that they had set for the team to meet. They were not meeting at all. And they were also coming forward with the fact that the creator, Charlie Cleveland, was just kind of checked out.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of, like, there was like the 3 top developers or something. And all three were kind of like checked out.
They were all just kind of checked out. But Charlie Cleveland especially.
Yeah.
He was just kind of... He seemed over Subnautica. Like we saw that like quote about him being like, I worked on Subnautica for 5 years. I just needed to take a break.
Yeah.
Because I think he designed Moonbreaker, which is another game that he's like, now this game I see potential in.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of done with Subnautica and just feels like it just seems like he wants to move on.
Yeah, and his interviews,
which is so crazy
that's
to me,
definitely the vibe he's giving.
Yeah.
And who knows why? Like, we can sit here and speculate, like, maybe it is the company, like, breathing down his neck. Maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore. But it did come out that he was working on an AI movie. It was like a Christmas movie. It was called like Nutmeg and Mistletoe.
But it was all like AI.
It's all AI generated.
Created,
the poster is even made with AI. Yeah, so it kind of just, it's not looking like a very well painted picture for anybody right now in that drama, including not just the developers, but even the company, because there's been pushback on both sides. It's a whole lot of mess. But essentially the company is saying the developers aren't doing the work that they said they were going to do. We keep having to push it back, and it
was supposed to be a early release like late
year.
2024.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
it was supposed to be 2024, and then they pushed it back to 2025. Now they're pushing it back again to 2026.
Yeah,
now
because it was supposed to already be in early access.
Yeah, the developers say in response that this is only happening because the company, Crafton, doesn't want to have to pay their employees a bonus. Because apparently Crafton, the company, promised, hey, if you release this game and hit the deadlines.
And hit the goals.
And hit the goals,
like the profit goals for 2025.
Then you guys are going to get a bonus.
And it was going to be $250 million.
Yeah.
$250 million that Crafton promised these developers. And now they're going with this whole story that we were going to share it with the whole dev team. And it makes Crafton look a little like shady corporate. Yeah. But like with all this stuff coming out about Charlie Cleveland just working on the AI movie, not really wanting to work on Subnautica anymore, it makes sense that he was kind of checked out, you know?
So you have one side basically saying you just don't want to pay, and then you have the other side saying you just don't want to work, essentially. Like, I had to boil it down down into the nitty gritty, but that's essentially what it is right now, and they are definitely going to court about this.
Crafton is like, I'm excited to fight this in court.
Yeah.
They're like,
but that's typical of a company to say something like that.
It was actually mentioned in the video that it wasn't typical of the company to like really participate in this discourse. Normally they just kind of like let that stuff go on behind closed doors. It'll go to court or they'll settle or something like that. But Crafton came out publicly verifying documents to be like, nah, man, this is what actually happened. So that is a little different for a company to do. So that was interesting to see that they actually came out and verified and authenticated documents saying that like these were the deadlines. But like you said, you have the other side saying that these were just put into place to make sure that bonus was not received. And I mean, Crafton even added the part about how 90% of it, like 90% of the bonus, was going to go to the developers no matter what.
Yeah, to the top.
Like those top three.
The top three, and not the rest of the team.
Correct,
so,
yeah. So you have different sides of the story. So there's no really telling who's right or wrong yet, but it's going to court and we're going to see how it is.
Yeah.
Then,
and there's obviously a lot of like NDA stuff that we obviously have no access to. We don't know what's going on.
Cleveland went on Reddit to talk about his lawsuit. That was crazy. That he just decided to post about his like lawsuit and details of the lawsuit on Reddit.
Yeah. No, like actually posting the legal document that
which is
he was
not
presenting
recommended
into court.
If you're suing somebody. Probably just don't post that to Reddit, dog.
As someone who is a legal studies major, and I saw that or heard that, I was just like, what? I was like, I don't know about that one. I just don't know. I don't know if that was really the play, but this will be something that we will keep an eye on going forward. We'll report on. If anyone here listening is interested, we'll keep up with the news, because personally I am interested in this. I love Subnautica. I want to see Subnautica 2 come out, because I would love to play Subnautica with you, for example.
Yeah,
it would be
fun.
Great
game
it would
to
be
play
so
with
fun.
you. It'd be a great game to play like
with our friends.
We could invite like the Adam fam. Yeah.
And down and Adam, you know.
Yeah, true. And here's the thing: it's like I feel like it really truly is the age of friend slop games. Like
It
we've had
is.
some amazing ones come out, like
Peak.
Repo and Peak. Peak has been so fun. Lethal
Lethal
Company.
Companies basically
Yep.
kind of set the stage for it. I'm not gonna lie.
It really did.
I
It
think
really
Lethal was like kind of the first one.
Lethal's success. Lethal was the. I don't know if
I
it
don't
was
know
the
if it was the
first one, because
first. Yeah.
if you want to go to like friend slop, you can talk about like Gang Beasts being like the first.
Oh, true.
One
I
of the
mean,
first ones, or Mario Party even.
Of course. No, you're right.
But
I feel like with this,
recently though,
yeah,
with this like recent trend
yeah, because we
of
got,
like,
yeah. No, you're
like
right.
of like friend slop games, it definitely was Lethal Company. You're right on that.
It felt like that. It kind of set the stage for it.
It really did though.
Because then we had Lethal Company, then Content Warning, right? Then Headliners.
Because Lethal Company came out, and then I think they saw the like overnight
Everyone.
success
Everyone
of
saw
Lethal
that.
Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they saw that, and they saw that like graphics didn't matter. People just want to play a fun game with your friends sometimes.
And it's okay to have it just like computer generated levels.
Yeah.
That's what was interesting about Lethal Company.
Generated.
Yeah. Was that it's completely random, no matter what. And that to me was novel.
One thing that does remind me of is Minecraft, because that was one reason why I really liked Minecraft when I played it like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Was this idea of it's just procedurally generated.
Yeah,
like,
your map is different compared to everyone else's. And it just keeps going. Like it just keeps making a new map for you every time you go into the Fog of War. Every time you go into an area you've never explored before, it just makes a new part of the map, which I love. So seeing that with Lethal is so nice.
Yeah, no, it was crazy to see. Anything procedurally generated immediately gets my like I think No Man's Sky. I think a lot of that is procedurally generated, where it's just like these random.
I still have to play that game.
we really do.
I really want to play that game because everyone tells me.
Did I get it for you? Did we get it during the
maybe
summer sale?
Maybe I will check.
Maybe we did. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways, we do have to play that game.
We want Subnautica 2. Is really what it comes down to. Give us more friend slop games.
Yeah.
Give us more games. Track,
but yes, give us more games. Give us more games, especially Subnautica 2.
I love single player games, but I feel like we are moving away from that in the day and age that we are in. I think single player games are important. They're basically pieces of work, like artwork. You're telling a story. Whatever.
A lot of people don't have a whole group of friends to jump into a game with. So,
exactly that too.
So single players will always have a place, you know?
Yes.
And I love single player games. I wish I honestly played more single player games sometimes, but I just don't really, I'm too busy streaming and RPing and Minecraft these days.
Yeah, but I think for us as well, we would rather play a game that involves more people than by ourselves.
But they will always have a place for single player, and that's also one thing I love about matchmaking too. Is like when I see matchmaking in a game, it's just like
it's
sick.
So nice.
It's
so nice. And it's really.
I don't have to have an entire group of friends to play this game.
Yeah, it's really important that games preserve that. For example, Dead by Daylight. That's actually one of the main reasons I moved away from it. Is it feels like they don't really preserve the single player aspect of it as much, which is very unfortunate, and I don't even know how they fix that. But you see games moving more towards big lobbies, multiplayer co-op games, because people do want to play with their friends. Most people, they have friends across the world, and
they want the
globe,
the feeling of community.
Exactly. So.
Speaking of matchmaking, things we used to love to be match made in. Battlefield 2042. Wow, that was a fun game, right?
It was a very fun game. I really did enjoy it. I got to play it about a year. But a couple weeks ago now, they changed it so that you can only play it if your computer has safe boot turned on, because they've taken away their anti-cheat system, I guess.
Which is crazy. They're just like, Hey dog, there might be crazy ass hackers in here now, so go ahead and
Yeah, just safe boot your
and
computer.
just safe boot your computer so you don't get hacked. Or
Yeah.
like that's insane.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in it because like it just felt very like a quiet phase out. Like literally it was like one day I was playing Battlefield and then the next day it was like I can't launch Battlefield anymore. There's an error message coming up saying like my system isn't safe or something.
Yeah.
And that I have to
safe here.
Yeah, and that I basically had to go into my computer to turn on the safe boot. Unfortunately for me, in my computer, the setting is turned on. However, for some reason, my PC doesn't register that it has safe boot active.
Yeah.
It marks it as inactive. And so even though I went in and changed it to safe boot, I can't play Battlefield 2042 anymore. It's just a game sitting in my gaming library that I can't play anymore. Kind of bummed out about that, but I understand that the reason for it is because Battlefield 6 is coming out. And they basically don't want to provide support for 2 games. I get that. But it definitely felt very like, it was like a quiet, like just literally overnight, the switch got flipped, you know? It wasn't like, hey, by the way, you've got a couple weeks to like get this done. It was just, I tried to launch the game and it was not working. So, I've been seeing Battlefield 6 clips come out. You and I have been seeing them. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks fun. So fun with the being able to like make custom maps, drag
I would like
people.
to say this though. Hold on, real quick. I would like to say this. On your note of it feels like a quiet kind of thing that happened to it. It feels like, hey, these shooter games come out all the time. You know, Battlefields, there are many Battlefields. The most recent one, that's 2042, right? Mm-hmm. They basically made it so you can't play the last game unless you do these like extra steps. They made it like slightly more inaccessible. Yeah, so you would be more likely to buy the new game. It just feels so. It gives me the ick. Man.
It is super icky. I'm not gonna even lie about it. It is super icky, and
because you're like, oh, a new COD came out. Whatever, I'll just play the old one. Nope, you can't play it. No, you can't play the new Battlefield.
Imagine if COD did this. People would be very upset.
You can't play the old Battlefield.
Because you can still, from my understanding, you can still play the old CODs. I mean, you can still play the old Battlefields, but you have to go through the hoops.
Safe boot. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. But that is just adding a step that makes it so it's like technically, you know, legal. Yeah. But it's a way to make it unappealing, I guess is a word for it. It's not that it's inaccessible. It's just unappealing to be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll go through all those steps when I could just buy the new game.
I'll just buy the new game.
Yeah. Which, like I was getting on, it looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good. I
agree with you. It does look good. And that's why I wrote it as unfortunately in our little notes. It does look good.
Yeah. There's like, it's going back to its roots of being able to destroy the environment. It really does kind of look like it's taking a page out of the finals book.
It does. It looks like it took a page out of their destruction.
Yeah,
you know,
big
because
time.
Like I saw a clip where he was like RPGing a bridge, and it came down just like the finals destruction usually does. And I'm like, I'm gonna know what to do.
Right. And like this isn't to say that
we practice.
This is only a feature that the finals has or anything like that. No, Battlefield's been doing this for a while, but
absolutely,
it's just so funny to see them back off of it for Battlefield 2042. That was the biggest complaint of Battlefield 2042 from users. One of the biggest complaints. There's a lot of other ones, but the
destruction was not up to par.
Exactly. That compared to previous Battlefields, 2042 lacked in environmental destruction. That was a big complaint. And they listened.
Well, and EA
literally listened. They said, we heard you. I remember them saying, like, they put out a survey, and I even remember submitting the survey, and EA saying, okay, yeah, we hear you. These are the issues. And one of them was the destruction. So now we see Battlefield 6 with its increase in environmental destructions. You can make custom maps. There's custom modes.
The custom maps and custom modes is insane to me. That's literally like what they did for Halo, and the fact that you have custom maps, custom modes, and apparently full XP for that stuff.
Yeah.
So like people can make these custom modes, and like
You
you're
can grind
encouraged to play them.
XP for it, yeah.
Yeah, you're
That's
encouraged
cool.
to play these like one-shot kill, like wild ass modes. And well, speaking of one-shot kills, how do you feel about this? Sniper headshots are non-revivable. How do you feel about that?
I think that's always been a thing. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. No, you're right.
No.
I don't know. I already don't like snipers in games to begin with. They're my least favorite class for 2 reasons. One, they're annoying. That's the most obvious reason, right? You're running along and then suddenly you're getting sniped at, right? Like just that's annoying. But the second reason is from my experience, a lot of times people who play snipers aren't as good as they think they are. And so like I've been in Battlefield lobbies where there's like a good chunk of people just sniping and we lose because they're all just up there sniping, right? Instead of playing to the points or actually like playing to get in people's faces and kill them and actually do stuff. They're just trying to get those sick shots from like 500 yards away.
I'm gonna get this trick shot from across
500,000 yards away, you know? But yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you know, they just want the clips or whatever. But it's like they get that one shot out of 100 shots, right? It's probably not that bad, but I like to exaggerate. I apologize. But my point is I don't personally like snipers. And so that change kind of makes me go, ooh, personally, I don't like it. I'm sure there's pros to it that I haven't really mulled over.
As a non-sniper, as more of like a run and gun, like a maniac, I'm not really that stoked about it. I think it's interesting, but like I said, there's cool things and there's meh things, like any game.
Yeah.
You know? I think it will be cool to play. Am I gonna pay full price for it? Fuck no, because they want, by the way, $70.
Oh my god. Absolutely
$70
not.
fucking dollars.
No, thank you.
$69.99.
No, thank you.
And people are like, I saw a TikTok where it's like, they're making it so reasonable for $70. They didn't even go for the full 80, and I'm like, excuse
They really do be drinking that Kool-Aid, don't they?
They made it unappealing to play Battlefield 2042, and now they're charging it's fucking $70.
Listen, that Kool-Aid looking real refreshing when the tap got shut off, you know?
That's what I'm saying, man. So
so personally, I love
like
Battlefield, but I'm not sure I will personally be jumping into Battlefield 6 after my personal experience with the 2042, how that was handled. This whole thing, I have been lost as a customer. I'm gonna be honest. I've lost trust in EA as a company.
Speaking of new releases like Battlefield 6, soon TM, new Hellraiser game.
I'm so excited. This game I'm very excited about. It looks good. It looks like it's taken inspiration from the movies and the whole universe. Really, it just looks so good. Their social media account on Blue Sky is really good. They're funny. I reposted one of their posts and I was so excited. It doesn't have a release date yet, so I was very excited. I was like, when is it? When is it coming out? And they actually responded to me on Blue Sky and were being very cheeky about like the waiting makes the pleasure longer or something like that. And I was just like, oh my god. Excuse me while I melt in a puddle in the corner. Excuse me, bye.
But yeah, it's called Hellraiser Revival.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be playing it. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be playing that game as soon as it comes out. I want it so bad.
Yeah, speaking of single player games, bam, there's a great one coming out.
Yeah, actually, good point. Speaking of single player games.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah. I was like, what single player games are coming out these days? Well, that would be one of them, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to watch you play this because it looks really cool, and I know how much you love the IP. I guess you love Hellraiser.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. So this is a single player horror game, and it is coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series.
Yeah, and apparently it's like a whole new story in the Hellraiser universe.
And
That'll be fun.
for anyone who is a big fan of the series, I will hold your hand happily when I say this, that Clive Barker is involved with this story. He is involved in the making of this game.
I mean, it's literally called Clive Barker's Hellraiser Robot. Like,
well, sometimes
it's his game.
I mean, sometimes they like slap names on things, and they're not actually.
I know, but that's how involved he is, though. Yeah, he's like, slap my name on it. I'm a part of this.
Yeah, I wanted to make that clear to people. If you're a fan of Hellraiser, Clive Barker is involved in this, and like you said, it's got his name in the title, so
slapped it right on there.
So I'm very excited. We will be playing this. I can't wait for it. Let it be out now, please. You know what else is getting a lot of content soon?
What?
Peak.
Peak?
Don't act too surprised.
Wow. That wasn't in our notes.
Like he doesn't see it in the notes.
What?
We love Peak here, by the way.
We do love Peak here. We do love Peak here.
We play it all the time. We're playing it this week.
Yeah, we are.
It's such a fun game. And it's one of those games that you could just go play with your friends and you can just yap. You can talk, hang out. It's not too serious of a game. Like, there is seriousness to it. Trying to win it, trying to get to the top. But it just feels more casual. You know,
it's goofy. It's definitely goofy.
Where with Lethal Company, as an example, fear, right? Like, you're just constantly in fear. Same with Repo. Like, there's a sense of fear and urgency. Like, there is urgency with Peak, but that's like with the fog. It's like a gentle urgency in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, at the core of it, you're kind of just rock climbing until you get to the more intense parts, but still, you're just kind of like climbing.
Right.
You know, it's not like it's environments that are really affecting you, not any sort of actual enemies.
Yeah, the environment is the enemy, which I'm glad you pointed that out, because that is what it is. The enemy is the environment in Peak. So it'll be very
from
interesting.
Poison to fire to freezing snow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because they have announced a new biome that they want to introduce to Peak. And it is a desert biome.
New biome just dropped.
Well, soon.
Soon
to drop. It's super cool what they have in this desert biome. We kind of saw a video. As always, we're going to link everything in the description below. So if you want to check it out yourself, you're more than welcome to.
And it didn't show the biome itself, but it did like hint at it, and it showed a few things that were going to be featured in it. Mm-hmm. And it's going to have like these huge sand tornadoes that look pretty crazy.
Yeah, they like sucks the people in, and they're like, ah. I can't wait to hear the Doppler effect of that.
Yeah, I was just like echoing.
It's echoing, but then it's not going around, and you hear it go like the sound. Yeah. The sounds in that game are so fun.
The directional sounds.
Yes,
they're
exactly.
So fucking hilarious. You're like, where the hell did they? Oh, they're falling. I hear them. They're falling now.
But other things they're introducing with this desert biome are prickleberries and a suntan lotion. So it kind of hints at this idea that in the desert biome, the sun is going to be the enemy.
Your enemy.
Yeah. It kind of gives me Super Mario 3 vibes. Remember the desert level with the angry sun?
Yep.
Is that just me? Did I just age myself? Anyway, so suntan lotion will protect you from that mean old sun as you're trying to make your way to the top of the peak.
I'm sure there'll be like tiny spots of shade throughout the entire thing where you just have to hide from the sun.
I think so. I would think that would be what it is.
Yeah, just like a tree that has a little bit of shade that you have to go run from like tree to tree.
Yeah. They've also introduced
It's too far. Put some lotion on.
They've also introduced some other fun little things like a frisbee. The frisbee is a lot of fun. It's just something silly, nothing too serious with that, but
nothing too serious or fun. Like just like goofy fun.
Just goofy stuff.
It's just goofy stuff, but also cannibalism.
Oh. I forgot about the cannibalism, to be honest.
I didn't, because I tried to eat Jaquibus.
But but you experienced it the other day when we were playing.
He started looking like a delicious roast chicken.
So they introduced
looking at me.
Cannibalism. And basically how it works is when your character reaches a certain level of hunger.
I believe it's 60% at the moment.
Okay. Then every other hiker climber around you looks like a chicken, like a cooked chicken.
They start phasing in and out of like they look like a chicken just walking around, and then all of a sudden they look like themselves, and then and it's so funny too.
Funny, and you can eat them.
You can eat them.
You
I
can
will
eat them.
say the one downside of playing the modded thing is I think because we have the carry thing set up, I couldn't eat them, and I tried so hard.
It's okay.
But I just kept picking them up as a backpack.
That's okay. We got.
But I will eat somebody in that game. I will do it.
So it is a feature. The devs have mentioned that they are planning to have an option where you can turn it off and on. So if you don't want to have the cannibalism thing, you can toggle it off. But it is kind of a funny little feature. I love it. I think it's just such a funny little quirky thing, honestly. Like we're saying, the enemies are the environment. So it is a little stressful in that aspect, but at least it's not like you're being hunted by a mob, like some sort of creature, something scary. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Although,
and no matter what, you have your friends.
But just like any successful game, there is always going to be knockoffs.
Yeah. And apparently there's like a Roblox knockoff.
There's always a
Roblox shop.
There's always like a Roblox version.
If there's a fucking if there's a game, there's a Roblox knockoff of that game.
Okay, because like DBD also had this. Dead by Daylight also had a Roblox version, and people played that. It was basically the same game. Kind of sad to say. It's just obviously Roblox is not very good graphics. It's just a bunch of blocks, right?
Roblox,
right? So, but it was essentially the same game. So people were playing Dead by Daylight Roblox version. I don't know what they call it over there, but it does seem like Roblox just has every type of game out there within itself.
Ripped off.
Yeah. And that's kind of the goal, I think, for some of these companies. I know Fortnite does it a little bit as well. The last time I played Fortnite, I jumped in and there's like a bunch of different modes. You don't have to do the battle royale. There was even a like almost like a Trouble in Terrorist Town version. Among Us. They had like their own version of Among Us basically in their game. So
the point of this though, being
to no surprise,
Roblox makes rip-off games. And Peak found out about this, like the devs, Landfall and AgroCrab. I think AgroCrab was the one that tweeted this out, basically saying that they rather you pirate Peak than play that, and this is a quote, that microtransaction riddled Roblox slop ripoff.
Yeah. So
they're like, bro, we'd rather you pirate our game than play that trash. Like,
and honestly, you should play Peak. Just hands down. It's such a good game. It's so accessible for anybody to play. Really it is. I feel like it's also, I don't know, is it controller friendly? I feel like it might be.
I have no idea, but I will say it is very just like entry-level game. It's pretty easy to just pick up and play.
Exactly.
And I even played it single player and I had a great time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Where I just was like, hey, I'm just gonna go climb for a little bit. And it's just fun, man.
It is.
And speaking of good times with friends, I'll move on to some RP news.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Now this is probably the part that's the juiciest, but
it's a little juicy.
We're gonna get through the juice together.
Swimming in the juice with you.
So to start off, let's talk about Onyx. So apparently they completely rehauled their queue pausing system. Originally, how their system worked was if you paid a premium amount of real money, you could get what they call the queue pausing. I guess you get put into their queue pausing system. So you are basically allowed to jump into queue in the RP and pause whatever spot you are in. So if you were in spot 5, you could pause it. And then if like an hour later you decide, oh, I want to get in on the server now, I'll jump into queue now. You could jump in and it would put you in spot 5. And it didn't matter where what else anyone else was in the queue. I'm not 100% sure how that queue system worked, to be honest, because apparently neither did they.
Yeah.
Because I remember opening a ticket about this, because at one point their queue pausing system broke for me, and
it broke for everyone.
It broke for everybody.
You were just one of the few people that made.
I was the first one, I think, to open that ticket, and I said, "Hey, it's broken. It's not working as it used to." And they were very confused when I was explaining to them how their own system worked. So this change has been a long time coming, is my point, because that was when I was back playing on Onyx.
Because they told you it worked one way, and they were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
They made an announcement the next day being like, all right, it appears it was apparently working the way that they didn't but basically the way she described it is the way they're like, apparently it was working this way.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have.
It shouldn't be working this way.
You from, but it still kept doing work. It still kept working like that.
Yeah.
It just fixed. They fixed it.
They just fixed it now, but
no, they fixed it back then because now they've changed it again.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they changed it again, and that's why we're even talking about it. Because now
they changed it to the system, a different system, because the one that they had before, like I said, it was weird. They didn't even know it worked that way. But now what they do is they give out reserved slots.
They also mess with the queue system entirely. So like if you're like 1 out of 50 and you pause, that means that when you come back and if it's at 100, it'll put you at 51 out of 100 because you were 49 and you were in front of 49 people.
Exactly.
So now it's just going to put you in front of 49 people, not back at 1.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's so much more complicated than it needs to be. Why call it a pause?
Yeah. I'm glad you explained it like that, because the way that they announced it was not explained as clearly as that.
Correct. Yeah.
But
no, it really wasn't.
Yeah, for those of you who were confused,
you had to re-explain it to me.
Yeah, for those of you who were confused by that announcement, if you were on Onyx, that's essentially how their reserved system works now. Their pausing system.
Yeah. It doesn't pause your
it doesn't care what spot number you are.
Yeah.
It cares how many people are behind you.
Are behind you.
Yes.
Yes.
And
exactly.
then it acts as like a boost, I guess, from that many people when you come back into the queue. I hope that makes sense. I'm glad you explained it the way you did, because that was perfectly clear. Hopefully everyone listening is like also on the same page. But if you're confused,
did it twice. They got it.
If you're confused, always feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions people have. And we can also provide information too if people want. But
they changed this queue system, and now, like you said, they're offering these reserved slots, and they have like different amounts of them that they're giving out per 30 days to different like tiers. And it just gives you a reserved slot. You get to skip the queue and just go straight into RP. But I think the like $30 a month one, you get 2 per 30 days.
I think so.
It's just like,
I think it's scaled depending on how much you are donating to the server. Makes sense.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like 2 for the most basic one.
Yeah, 2 for the most basic one, I believe. And you still get the pause, but like I said, it just saves how many people are behind you, not your actual spot. Which I think is a little harder. Like I said, it was explained weird in their announcement, and it just it's a headache.
Yeah, so the reserved slot tickets are a little confusing because it's like you said, each support level has a certain number of them, right? Ruby is 2, Sapphire is 4, Gold is 8, Diamond is 16, and Onyx is a guaranteed personal slot.
Yeah.
But basically, when you have your reserved slot, I guess you activate it and it lasts for 12 hours. So you activate it once and then it lasts for 12 hours, but only 50 can be used overall in that time period. So if 50 other people use the reserved slot ticket and you have a reserved slot ticket and you want to use yours, tough titties, because they've already used the maximum of 50. And until someone's 12 hours is up of that 50, You basically have to wait. You'll be put in it's like another queue system. You get put into another queue system until someone's 50, and one of those 50 has run out of time, out of the 12 hours. Does that make sense? And then you move from that queue into the 50. Again, I see the idea there, but also it just looks so confusing.
No, it's way too confusing. It's just over complicated.
Yeah, and especially since these servers nowadays, all of these 5M servers do not have the queue like they used to. They just don't. They might for like big events maybe,
I will say like I think the certain ones do, but then I really want to go on. I think Prodigy is kind of crazy right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I stand corrected.
But I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to RP on Prodigy.
No, but like my point is like I guess where I'm coming from is I come from a time period from Red M. I've told you about this 100 times, but I'm sure some of our listeners haven't heard this. I was on Frontier in Red M, and this was before OneSync came to Red M. We had a queue. There was only like 20 something people allowed in the server at once. Okay. Yeah. We had a queue. People waited hours to get in to just see their friends or to even have a minute to RP for a little bit. That's how bad it was. So
I remember no pixel queue days, and I'm gonna be honest. Like I agree with you in the fact that the recent bigger servers, other than like a couple outliers, I guess, the queue isn't there as much as it used to be. It really is not. It's not really as crazy. Like I just went and I checked the Onyx queue, and I can just connect.
Yeah.
So I know Onyx doesn't have one right now. Unscripted doesn't have one right now. It's a little, we're in a lull right now, you know? And so like making this part just overcomplicated just seems unnecessary.
Yeah. If it works for them, great. Yeah. I definitely feel that
not my business.
Yeah. I just think personally, this is a personal opinion just based on all like any of the servers, not just Onyx, this is just a general thing. I think servers need to consider pivoting away from the like queue system stuff. Like that's good to have for like those moments when you do get a resurgence or a huge like an event is going on and everybody wants to get on, whatever. But I think servers need to pivot more into other ways to monetize. I don't know what that would look like. Obviously, I'm just sitting here throwing out an idea. I haven't really molded over. I know sometimes cosmetics are a thing that people put behind a paywall. We've seen Unscripted / Purple put a paywall behind suggestions. So I think as we see things progress, we're going to see more and more servers starting to brainstorm other ways that they can monetize, because this queue system thing, it's just kind of unnecessary in some servers. And as you can see, like it just gets so convoluted and complicated that it's just kind of like, oh, why? You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Unscripted mentioned.
Yeah.
As a little tender right now.
Yeah.
We're just coming out of all the drama that just unfolded over the last week or two of Unscripted. And so things are still pretty raw and the dust is still kind of settling. We have our own opinions as to what has gone on and the stuff going on behind the scenes. However, we don't feel that it's appropriate to talk about this on the podcast while everything is so fresh. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tell you what happened. We're going to present the facts.
Yeah.
And you can make your own decisions and come to your own conclusions. But we are just going to present what happened and nothing more. Our own opinions, we'll probably talk about them down the road if we really want to on our streams, if we want to go that route, but not here. We really want to preserve this as a place of...
It's news.
Yeah, we want to give you guys the news. And yeah, we'll have our own little 2 cents to throw in for certain things, but we feel that the Unscripted situation, we're just going to give you the facts. So we appreciate you being here. hopefully we cover everything as impartially as possible. And yeah, so without further ado, let's begin. There was a rumor that there was going to be a server wipe, and they came out and said that's not happening, but they're replacing the entire MDT system and a new data structure. So basically,
a crime record wipe.
Yeah, record wipe was going to happen. So this was going to be kind of the new chapter, I guess, for Cop RP on Unscripted.
Crim RP. Even.
Crim and Cop. Well, they go hand in hand, right?
Well,
but essentially,
that's a bulk of the server.
Yeah, like, and Crims were going to have all of their stuff wiped. So fresh slate, clean slate for everybody. And so that was the direction that Unscripted was positioning itself to go in.
There was new updates planned, new patches, all that kind of stuff too. God damn it. Sorry, I'm just sad.
Okay, I know. So to kind of boil everything down into the bare bones, what ended up happening was an admin on their admin team on Unscripted said something in RP, and there were some other back-end issues as well. Obviously, we don't know everything that happens behind those doors, but that admin was removed. Other people didn't agree with this. They didn't agree with this removal.
They were also just kind of pepping about like, oh, big news coming.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be the drama is, because the admin that was removed was kind of alluding to that, like, hey, like big news on Wednesday. And so other people were kind of pepping about it, like making light of it, joking about like, oh, the big news. And they got banned for that. They get banned for simply pepping.
Yeah, there was suspensions and bans handed out to a bunch of people who voiced their opinions or were, like you said, pepping. And obviously that created more upset in the community. So to try to contain it as best as possible, the owner, Snow, put out an announcement saying that there were going to be 2 new rules added to our rules on Unscripted, which is that you are not to publicly talk about your suspensions or bans, as well as another thing about if you've done like 3 bad things, you will be banned. Basically.
A strike system.
Yeah, a strike system. Thank you. And so that announcement was pushed out, and at around the same time, the wall was removed from Unscripted. The wall is the place.
Rip the wall.
Place where they would post anybody who got banned. They wouldn't name names. They would just say
ban, and they'd give the reason for the ban, and then they would give kind of a summary of like, hey, don't do this in RP. And it would be kind of like
making an example of people, but in a like educational way as well, where it's like, hey,
and it pushed transparency.
Yes, and it made it clear where it's like, hey, we are not okay if people do this thing.
Yeah,
we've banned
will get
people.
Banned for it.
We've banned people for doing this. So you could look at the wall and be like, okay, they are really serious about this,
Yeah.
So I did like that. I liked looking at the wall. I know the community loved it as well. It almost felt like kind of a dark way to look at it, but it just, we all kind of came together.
It was the wall of shame.
Yeah.
It was really.
We all brought our pitchforks and torches, and we're like, hey, shame them. Yeah, throw the tomatoes. And it was just something that kind of brought us all together, and we were like, well, at least we're not like those idiots,
Yeah.
But they took that away.
That's exactly what you shouldn't do in RP. Good job. Good job, idiots.
Yeah. But they took that away.
It's gone.
On the back of this announcement on these new rules being implemented. A lot more people got banned and removed from the community since then. And I know a lot of people in the community are very on edge about it. A lot of people are questioning things, especially when we look back on some of the events that happened in the past on Unscripted. A lot of people feel very uncertain about the server. Now, Snow has come out and said publicly, Unscripted is here to stay, and so is the public server, because there was some rumors going around that Snow might shut down Unscripted and only focus on the public server, but he himself has said that is not the case. Both servers are staying open. I know Chill and I have personally taken a step back from Unscripted. We're still going to keep an eye on the situation and report on anything new as it comes, but we're just kind of watching it from a distance to see what's going on. And like I said, we have our own opinions on what happened. Chill can get into it on his own time if you want. That's pretty much, in a nutshell, what happened with Unscripted. Taking out all the drama as much as possible. I mean, it's all drama, but as much as we can. We just want to present the facts. I know a lot of people were asking me. I had some people in my DMs like, hey, what's going on Unscripted? Yeah. You know, because...
No, a lot of people just want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like, again, something just happened overnight.
Yeah, it was really out of the blue for everyone involved. But I feel like it kind of feels like the writing was on the wall for a little while. But I think people were still very shocked at how quickly this unraveled. So, very unfortunate. But like I said, we're going to keep an eye on it. And we just hope that everyone involved finds happiness. We just want everyone to be happy and to surround themselves with people that they want to be around, you know?
Yeah. Focus on the people around you, not the drama going on.
And we really hope that everyone's just taking care of themselves, because this is very stressful. I can't imagine what everyone involved in this is going through. There's like a lot of hurt feelings. People feel betrayed. It sucks. Things like this it's messy. So truly, Chill and I know I'm speaking for you right now, Chill, but I know you probably feel this way.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. We genuinely hope that everyone is okay in all of this, that everyone's gonna make it just fine. You know, the dust will settle and, you know, people will find where they want to go. And that's most important, is being happy and taking care of yourselves. So
and having a good time.
Yeah. So we really want everyone to try to find that as soon as possible. Nobody likes being upset and angry. Well, maybe some people. Not me. Ooh.
Yeah, not me either. No, I hate it.
But yeah, so with that in mind, we're kind of, personally, Chill and I are leaning more into some variety, doing Peak.
It's been a blast, man. I've been having so much fun.
Yeah.
Doing the Minecraft stuff too. It's just been so much fun.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be leaning a lot more into variety, some variety games like Peak and, well, maybe some Repo in the future. We should really try to go back into it, because that game is a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I'm down to find even new games. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we've been playing Mecha Break.
We always got something to play. Yeah,
we've been playing Mecha Break lately as well. So there's always something on the horizon for us to jump into.
We got too many options.
Yeah, and we are keeping our eyes out for 5M and RedM servers as well. I know we've been kind of keeping an eye out for a few 5M servers and like a couple here and there, RedM server here or two.
We got our eye on a few, you know.
We got some ideas.
We got eyes in places.
But we definitely are taking a little bit of a step back for a little, just to kind of...
From RP.
Just to, I don't know, get a fresher breath air.
A fresher breath air?
A fresher breath air. As soon as I said it too, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
A breath of fresh air.
Thank you. Well, with that in mind, I think I'm going to wrap up this podcast episode.
Cooked.
Yeah.
We're cooked.
Are you ready to say goodbye to our dear listeners?
It's far too soon. I miss you guys already.
Oh, no. Hopefully it won't be as long of a wait for the next episode. Thank you so much for your patience and just being here to the end and listening to all of what we have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the Yap Fest.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much. As always, everything that we talk about will be in the description. And oh yeah, by the way, we're trying to do every other week. We'll see if we can keep that up.
Yeah.
But until the next time, we really hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, you are awesome and capable of more than you even realize. My name is Vampire Toy.
And I'm Chill. Thanks for hanging out.
And we're both your hosts for the VC. And we appreciate you so much.
We do.
Bye-bye. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.